Hi buddies, it's just, I'm really annoyed, and I don't know if talking about it will make me feel better, but not talking about it hasn't really been helping. So I'm going to make some cookies with cake mix from this recipe that Julia texted me, and I guess that we'll figure it out, and then if talking about it doesn't make me feel better, then I will have cookies. So, there. So I was looking in the employment part of this free newspaper that we get. God, this is a lot of cake mix. This is going to make a lot of cookies. I was looking in the employment section, and then it said something about mystery shoppers, secret shoppers, and things like that. And I thought that it was interesting. So I called them, and they said, oh, give us a fee of $2, and you can go on this website, and it'll tell you all about how things go. And I'm totally nervous about getting into it. I'm totally nervous about spending money on anything, especially if I'm not like seeing who the person is in front of me, like over the phone. I totally didn't want to do that, but it seemed like it was $2, and I didn't want to act like I was scared about everything because I am an adult now and I can make decisions. So I was like, fine. They said it was $2 for some sort of trial period, and I figured that after that trial period ended, then they would send me a notice saying, okay, your trial period is over, click yes, and then we will continue to charge you and give you this thing, and click no, and then this thing will be canceled, right? That's how it seemed to be. That's how trial periods work. Now we need 2 eggs. But it seemed that that was not how the trial period worked for this particular company, because they just charged the account right to my thing as soon as the trial period was over, and it was $50. I said, excuse me, I sent them an email saying, excuse me, I did not sign up to have $50 taken away from me without my permission. Cancel my membership. So they canceled my membership, and I just didn't even think about it. And then I looked at my bank statement, and it said that it had still charged me for the month. I canceled them on that day that they started to make the payment so that it would be canceled. Now you get a whisk. And so then I call up the people and I said, hey, you're charging me, my account is canceled, why are you charging me? And of course, they're stupid and they're like, it's my money now, the payment already went through, therefore you can't get your money back. And I said, that doesn't make any sense. You were charging me for a month worth of service that I did not get because I canceled my membership on the day that you charged me. So of course they're like, oh, you want your service back? Sure, we can give you the rest of this month for no additional fees. I'm like, I don't want the rest of the month. I want my money back. 3/4 cups of freaking butter or margarine. Get off of the measuring thing. Now I'm out $50, aren't I? And it's like a stupid learning experience because I didn't want to do it in the first place, but I thought that I was taking charge of my life. I thought that I had everything under control, that I knew what I was getting myself into, but apparently I was wrong, and I am not an adult, and I can't take charge of anything. This butter was supposed to be softened so that it can mix together, but I just took this out like 5 seconds ago, so it's not mixing. God, I just cleaned this kitchen, and now I'm making a mess. Now you need oats, or freaking Quaker's instant oatmeal, whatever thing. A cup. Seems like enough to me. No, it seems like everything that I've been like experimenting with and that I've been cooking with has oats in it, has oatmeal or something in it. I don't even know why they need oatmeal with this. The thing was the recipe had chocolate chips in it, but seeing as the fact that I'm using freaking Devil's Food Cake Mix, I think there's already chocolate in it. I was supposed to preheat the oven for 350 degrees. I didn't know how long it was going to take me to mix all the stuff together while I was ranting. But whatever, it's preheating now, and I still have to wait for the freaking butter to soften so that it can mix well. I'm going to put in another egg because it's not mixing, and I don't think it's just the butter, because the cake directions say that there's supposed to be eggs, even though I'm supposed to be making cookies, not cake, because I don't like the texture of cake, but it needs to be mixed, so I'm going to add another egg. Do you have a problem with that? I didn't think so. I just finished washing my hands, and yeah, I know washing your hands is something you're supposed to do before you start doing the cooking, but I'm sorry, I was distracted. I'm $50 poor, and I was pretty darn poor in the first place. Now I am mixing the freaking mixture with my hands because it keeps getting stuck in a whisk, so I have to do it with my hands like you do, like it's friggin' raw chicken. You have to do that. Have you guys done that before when you have like raw meat and you have to season it together with your band? It's so gross feeling. Cookies feel much more better. Much more better. I speak good English. My grammar are impeccable. You know, for being so sticky, you'd think that it would stick the wet parts and the dry parts of the mixture together. But no, it's just sticking my fingers together. That's how it works. Now I have a handful of chocolate. Not a bad thing. Ham, butter, ham. This is why you have to wash your hands. Make sure you get in the corners. And now, when I have too dirty hands, I'm going to use one of them, pick up the spoon, and drop blobs of chocolate into the pan. I guess we'll use the buttery hand. Glob number 1. These globs are pretty big because I'm using a pretty big spoon and because these are all sticky and stuck to each other. So you gotta make sure that there's a good amount of room between them, about 2 inches. No need to whip out the measuring tape or rulers or anything. Just guesstimate. Let go of the spoon. Alright, I could put more in here, but I don't want to get them too close so that they're all sticky. So I'm just going to use my sticky hands to put this in the oven. Now set your timer for 10 minutes. I'll see you then. Okay, so I put them in the oven for 10 minutes and then I let them cool and I took a bite of one and oh my goodness, I thought I had created the chewiest cookie ever. But then I realized that it just had been cooked all the way through. So I put it back in the oven for 5 more minutes and so now let's see if it's better now and if it's actual real cookie. Actual real cookie. I was hoping that I didn't mess it up by putting in the extra egg. Well, it seems fine. I don't know why the oats are there. I think it would be fine without them. Whatever. Buddies, I am done making the first batch of cookies. I'm going to make the second one, but I'm sorry that this video has been so long. But I didn't want to just cook without saying anything, you know, interesting or funny or whatever, and I didn't want to just rant about whatever it was I was doing without talking about the cooking and actually cooking and stuff like that. So I had to do both and it took up a lot of time and I'm sorry to the dial-ups. I hope that it was worth your time and I love you guys and sorry about not putting up Penelope. I don't know why. I was just like extremely lazy this Monday. Don't ask me why. I need to get more self-discipline, I suppose. But I'm just making it longer by talking now. So I'm just going to end this. I'm going to say thank you for watching all the way through. And Julia, I will see you tomorrow.